So I wanted to show the team all the new comic book day and raw comics I bought recently. And normally I don't make a video about some of the raw comics I buy, but maybe I should more often. So before I get into the comics I did pre-order a Batman number 108. It's the first full appearance of Miracle Molly. I got 3 in the Art Germ variant it was, and 1 in the first print. That one doesn't ship until May, but it is like a new comic book. That's really cool, and I did purchase them. So I'll be looking forward to that. Let's get into all the raw comics though I bought recently. First one here, a Carnage, Black, White, and Blood number 1. Yeah, this Patrick Gleason variant. I thought this one was worth it. I grabbed 3 of them in the raw on pre-order, so kind of cover price. And, you know, the Patrick Gleason covers are really popular. I think, you know, besides the ones I talked about, Amazing Spider-Man number 55 on the last video, those are the ones I like. For Amazing Spider-Man 55, but I think this one's worth it to get, and then the Venom 33, is it? The Patrick Gleason variant, I think is the other kind of Gleason concept cover one to think about. But got 3 of these in, and enjoying having that cover in my collection. I really like it, yeah. It's kind of the Black, White, and Blood is sort of in that Friday the 13th type of font. So they're kind of going the horror story angle on that one. Next one, I grabbed a nice Marvel Age number 90. This was probably about a month ago in Canada, a near mint copy. It wasn't like a rock bottom price, but I believe like with shipping and everything, I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks Canadian. So that's going to put it around, you know, 20 bucks American shipped, which I think is not bad for a near mint, possibly 9.8. This one's looking really good. And yeah, the one I want, the 9.8, I don't have a 9.8 copy of this one, but great. Todd McFarlane cover on Marvel Age 90. This one's a really cool one I was able to pick up, in also in Canada too, raw copy, X-Men Adventures number 1. So kind of the X-Men animated series adaptation here. First appearance of Morph as well. Just a pretty cool one to think about, especially if you're a big fan of X-Men the animated series in the early 90s, which I was. And this one, yeah, I grabbed, I probably shipped, it was like 10 bucks Canadian shipped to my door. So it was like 6 or 7 bucks. This one was off eBay as well in Canada. X-Men Adventures number 1. Yeah, I made a video talking about the 9.8s for this one, how they are pretty cool. And there's not a lot in the 9.8 for this one. And actually, this one is a 9.8able one. It looks pretty perfect, to be honest. Okay, next one here. Did make a video about Champions number 1. From 2016, first appearance of the new Champions with Miles Morales and the gang. Kind of a cool modern comic that I think is worth speculating on. I grabbed 6 of them in the raw. They were, you know, sort of in that $10 to $20 Canadian range. It's since heated up then. It's tough to get this one for kind of 30 bucks Canadian, I think now, is kind of a decent price. So I'm kind of glad I grabbed a few of those. Still, I think there's some more potential with the new Champions. Okay, let's have a look here at Future State Teen Titans number 1. Yeah, this is kind of the first appearance of Red X in DC continuity, I guess it would be. There's that Teen Titans Go, which is his first overall appearance, and that's where he's from, is the Teen Titans Go cartoon. Yeah, I thought, I read about kind of Red X, seemed like a pretty cool villain. I'm kind of a villains guy, and these were kind of making sense at cover price. Yeah, I pre-ordered these. I got 2 of these. So Teen Titans number 1 in the second print as well. And yeah, you kind of get, at the end of the first issue, Nightwing sort of teams up with Red X, like Red X kind of joins the Teen Titans. So this is sort of the last panel of this issue. So, you know, you kind of get Red X on the cover here, so maybe this is like first Red X cover as well, which people were kind of talking about, so I kind of ended up grabbing 2 in that, I believe, as well, yeah. Teen Titans number 2. Yeah, I really like this cover with Red X on it. Number 2 in the cover A, kind of first print. And Teen Titans number 2, it's the Dustin Nguyen variant. I liked the eye appeal of this cover, and I grabbed 3 of these at cover price on a pre-order. And yeah, these are kind of cool. I think, you know, being a villains guy, Red X was pretty cool, I thought. And, you know, at cover price, they're kind of making sense for sure. All right, next one here, we get into some of the Future State Next Batman books. We'll start here at issue 4. I did get the Jim Lee variant in issue 4. Yeah, I grabbed actually 4 of these on pre-order. So this is, we did talk about Batman 608 in the second print there. And this is a cover homage of Batman 608 second print with the Future State, kind of Tim Fox Batman. And yeah, I grabbed 4 of these, kind of liking the eye appeal of this one right away. And when they came out with this issue and it was like a Jim Lee variant, my hope was that he would do a Batman 608 second print with the Tim Fox Batman. So my hope came true. And yeah, I wanted to grab 4 of these in the raw on the pre-order, kind of making sense for a big Batman fan like me. Next one here, Future State, next Batman 1, the Lashley variant, where the unmasked variant, where you kind of see the new Batman. So I thought this one was kind of the coolest #1 variant for me, this Lashley unmasked variant. I also grabbed this one in the minimalist variant, which I'm pretty sure was limited to 1,000 printed. So Future State, next Batman 1, the minimalist Lashley variant. So I was really liking the eye appeal of this one when this book came out. I pre-ordered a 9.8. Yeah, it was from Frankie's Comics, and I haven't received it yet. And the pre-orders, they take a long time. Me being in Canada, it takes even longer. So, you know, I'll make a video when that 9.8 comes in. Throw these over here. Future State, next Batman #2. Yeah, the Braithwaite variant. I was loving this cover right off the bat. And he does sort of unmask in the second issue. I did read Future State, next Batman as well. I thought it was a pretty good read. I think, you know, maybe some of the... I can see how some people got turned off by it. There wasn't too much detail, although I thought it was a really fun kind of read. Like, I wanted to sort of continue reading on in the next issue. Kind of really, like, easy to follow type of stories and stuff like that. But not a lot of details into, like, you know, who helps the next Batman, Tim Fox, like where is his Bat Cave, and like where does he get all the technology from. There's not a lot of backstory, which is, I thought, one of the... kind of downfalls of the story, but actually it was pretty enjoyable. Not perfect, I don't think, but a lot, like, they don't give you that much. I thought it was really kind of short and you didn't learn that much, so I think there's room to expand certainly on his origin. And yeah, it kind of makes me want to read next Batman Second Son, which is some new comic books right now, and that's the origin of kind of Tim Fox Batman. But it was a pretty decent read. I would definitely, if you're a Batman fan, I would absolutely read it, because I've heard kind of mixed reviews on it, and I actually, overall, I liked it. Future State, the next Batman. Okay, and also for Future State, I did grab this one here, Future State. The sort of, this one though, it looks like the free comic book, but I did buy, this is the 1 per store variant. And you kind of get the first appearance of a lot of the Future State heroes in this one. So a total spec, I remember talking about this one on the video we made when I pre-ordered these ones. And this one was a total speculation pretty much. I think it was like $25 or $30, which is a lot for a new comic book. But the 1 per store variant, maybe all those... you know, first appearances, whichever one might work out one day. And to have that more rare variant was just kind of making sense in the moment. Next one here, I was luckily able to grab a Teen Titans 12 in the raw. This one is looking near mint too. Yeah, this one, the spine is absolutely flawless corners, looking 9.8able to me. I was really excited when I got this one in. You kind of don't really know until you get it in, but it was a really good price too. I think it was... shipped, it was like 120 or 125 Canadian dollars. It was in Canada too. So yeah, putting it around $100, maybe even a little bit less for near mint Teen Titans 12, I think is a great deal. I was really happy with this one. Yeah, and I grabbed this maybe 2 months ago, just kind of doing some searches in Canada. I saw it and jumped on it, I guess. All right, some cool ones here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, number 113, which I'm pretty sure this is going down as the first full appearance of adult Lita, when she sort of warps from the past, and I think it's 105, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 105, so that's kind of the first cameo of adult Lita, and I'm pretty sure this is her first full appearance. Cool covers right off the bat. I think I grabbed 2 of these on pre-order. Or maybe 3 of those on pre-order, and there was 2 of this one. And the cover B, the Eastman variant cover B of 113 with kind of adult Lita on the cover. So yeah, young Lita eventually grows up to be a Ninja Turtle too. She's kind of an albino Ninja Turtle, maybe the next Ninja Turtle, who knows. Or certainly she is a Ninja Turtle, but maybe they'll bring her into the team. I haven't caught up on my reading with Ninja Turtles. I haven't read 113 yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. All right, and a couple other Raws here that are kind of sort of back issues, I guess. Yeah, we'll go through this one. This is a cool one I got. This is a while ago, but I wanted to share it. A Batman 423 in the newsstand version, though. A pretty nice one. I'd say it's like maybe a 9.2. There's a couple like spine dinks on it for sure. But overall, pretty solid copy of the newsstand version of Batman 423. You don't see it very much. So this is one I jumped on probably about a year ago now. This is a while ago, but I kind of noticed it in the box and thought I'd pull it out. This one's cool too, bought it quite a while ago. Batman Annual number 14. This is a Neil Adams Two-Face cover. Yeah, kind of in the early 90s there. One that definitely is under the radar. I talked about it once or twice on the channel here, but I should talk about it more, to be honest. There's not a lot in the 9.8. I remember when I first sort of saw this one and talked about it on the channel, a 9.8 had sold for, I think it was $149.99, and I believe there's like 9 or 10 of them in the 9.8 back then. Like, you know, it was like single digits, I'm pretty sure. So such a cool one. This is a giant-sized annual too. These giant-sized comics are really tough in the 9.8, so I would still be on the lookout for a 9.8, but it's just so tough to find, and there's not a lot of them. So a really nice-looking raw one. Was a cool buy, I thought. All right, last one here, Raw Comic Books. I got a Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. This is the hardcover version. I'd purchased this, the first printing hardcover version of Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. I thought it was a pretty cool buy. It was, I think, $70 US plus like $10 shipping or something like that. And that seemed like a decent price at the time. This being basically an unread, perfect copy of the first printing. So Batman The Dark Knight Returns, I'm a big fan. I got a 9.8 in issue 1. This hardcover was just kind of making sense at that price. There is the numbered version of the hardcover Dark Knight Returns graphic novel. I think, is it numbered to 5,000? I forget exactly. I didn't really look up any prices or anything, but that numbered version is a lot more money than this one. This being like $70 American. And there's also, so there's that numbered hardcover version that's more rare than this one. And there's another one, it's called like the artist proof version or something like that. It's got a different cover to this, which usually you always see Batman The Dark Knight Returns with his classic blue silhouette cover. But it's got a different cover, and that one is limited as well, and it's very expensive. And I know some people on the team have that one who are right there with me, being probably bigger Batman The Dark Knight Returns fans than me. But this one, a good affordable version, I think, of those more rare ones. You get the first print of one of the best graphic novels of all time, when old Batman comes back to just kick everyone's ass in Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And yeah, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, it's like a lot of people have it, it's in like the top 10 graphic novels of all time. And it's pretty much the first appearance of like the modern Batman, where, you know, Batman up until this point was maybe kind of naive a little bit, and then this, you know, Frank Miller brought back an old Batman in this one where he's like a total badass and he doesn't care about anyone's feelings, or he's like over his parents' death and now he's just fighting crime and kicking ass basically. So love Batman The Dark Knight Returns for sure, and a cool one to get the hardcover. Yeah, it was last year, but yeah, I wanted to share it with the team. All right, that's a full list. Some new comic book day books, a couple of old Raws that I've talked about in the 9.8 as wanting this one, the X-Men Adventures one that I sort of settled in the Raw during, you know, a lot of the time. I pretty much bought them like, you know, around when I made the first videos on them. So a lot of times I'll discover something cool and then make a video about it. So. And sometimes there's not many 9.8s out there. I can't find a 9.8, but I'll grab, you know, a nicely priced one in the Raw if it's in really good shape. All right, team. Thanks so much for watching, though. Yeah, kind of good to get through some non-9.8 comic books. Thanks again, though, and I will see you on the next one.